Welcome to the Pixelberry Choices podcast. We're going to be talking about Queen Bee Book Twist Chapter 2, and truth to be told, it's getting way more interesting than I originally hoped for. It has been better than the expectations. And we picked things up from where we left off in the last chapter. We got an invitation to a party, and we're in our dorm room, and we have received an envelope with Insigma seal of a wasp and a key. And Zoe helps us out with this invitation. She tells us that it is from Apoidia, and I think that's the name. And she tells us that if it's only for elites, and if the T was there, then the top 15 or then everyone on Apoidia would be ranked one. So basically, this Apoidia is like a lot of queen bees are only there. So we were like the top of our ladder here, but in Apoidia there are lots of other queen bees. So it's a competition of best of the best, basically, like an all-star season of America's Most Eligible, something like that. So Zoe helps us out with that sort of. That we were going to the job fair, but if we get into this Apoidia, then we won't be needing to have job or anything because we'll be going places. And only we received an invitation. Zoe didn't. So Zoe is sad, but Zoe says that her career and everything, she will go places just by her own skills and because of the career she's going to pursue. So we're happy for her. But Zoe makes some calls and stuff, and then gets us a sunglass and a fancy dress, and if we wear that, our points will improve, it will increase. And then we go out, but before the book started, we often, as before, we get some messages from the T, which is the X now, that our newbie queen bee basically is trying to get her claws toward Poppy but can't do anything with X, and we're basically hiding from X. And also the new girl Celine, she's like a copy of our main character and lots of other stuff. Basically, cheap shots at a MC and stuff. But anyway, we go to this place, and when we're outside of this Apoidia thing, like a secret society for all the elites, it doesn't look like much, but we go inside. The bouncer doesn't let Zoe in. We go inside, and we meet this woman, Felicity. And Felicity, I think, Felicity is Zoe's mom. Actually, we found that out later in the book. And then Felicity tells us that she's going to be our personal mentor. And she also tells us that X, who's our competitor. So oftentimes they follow the list of the T, but this time they're not following the T's list, but they're following this one-on-one competition between our MC and X. And all the hopefuls and who's going to rush this Apoidia, they are going to be separately prepared in different corners of the city. So for instance, we are here in Apoidia in this place, and Felicity is our mentor. In some other place, someone else is their mentor, and no one's personal identity can be revealed to the other competitors. So it's going to be America's Most Eligible like thing. So then the walls sort of slide in and go inside, and we there see Zoe, Veronica, and even Poppy. So drama starts. It's like a club, but there's a film premiere, and this film is also by Poppy's father's studio something. So they have something to do with the production. I mean, Poppy's father has something to do with the production of the film. F for Friends is the name of the movie, and the star Tinsley, and we need to Tinsley, and we need to get some dirt on Tinsley or some information so that we can her. And if we dress up, people will be head over heels for us. We'll first see Veronica. We'll approach Veronica, and Veronica's mom will be praising our outfits and everything if we choose the right outfits, and we'll have a chat with Veronica. Then Zoe will come up, and we'll have some chat with Zoe, and then Poppy will come up. Again, we'll get to mess with Poppy when Poppy will be with her parents and showing off the place, but we'll get to jeopardize that. Poppy visibly will be very angry, and then we talk with other people there, crew members of the film and producers, and we get some dirt on Tinsley and how the studio is planning to, replace Tinsley with Tinsley's best friend, and Tinsley doesn't have a clue about it. And then we have Tinsley comes up, and then again Poppy goes on about how we are Farmsville and we belong to some, you know, a big house and not in this big place. And Poppy goes to warm her shoulders with Tinsley, but Tinsley literally refuses Poppy because Tinsley is even way meaner than Poppy. But our main character was wearing appropriate outfits if you choose them. So Tinsley will be talking to you and inviting you in the VIP room, and then Zoe will come up and will advise you that you go inside the VIP room. And Poppy will be trying to go inside the VIP room, but the bouncer will stop her. And we will get to see the look on Poppy's face, the dejected look. But then there is another diamond scene. We will get to go inside the VIP lounge, and we will get to pretend we played the role of, I think, the protagonist character, Kina, from, Crown and the Flames. And this is like it's a choices universes sort of blended in. So Kena Reyes, I think her name was, and our main character will pretend like she played the role, and the bouncer will be asking for autograph and something. So we'll be getting a fake ID, not ID, but fake identity. Will be assuming, and we'll be fooling the bouncer, and we'll be going inside. And you take the diamond scene, you get to mess with Poppy. Poppy will be trying to tell the bouncer that our main character is fooling around the bouncer, but he won't be listening to her. And then we'll go inside and we will spend some time with Tinsley. We'll get the opportunity of spending some time in the lavish VIP hall with Tinsley, and we'll even get to invite Zoe as our plus one. We even get to call her our lover. And then Poppy even gets further, infuriated that, she thought her father owns the studio, so she should be the one. Poppy should be the one who should enter the VIP room with Tinsley, but Tinsley denies her that access. And then our main character enters that, and our main character is literally from a Firmsville. And then Zoe, who is even like at the bottom of the ranking than MC even, so she also gets to enter. So Poppy just gets totally humiliated, and we spend some time inside to get to mess around. So I chose to kick two randos from the VIP outside. So, and we learn that how vile Tinsley can be. Even we make Poppy look even bad by saying that Poppy's father is part of the studio that's going to replace you with your best friend. So she gets really angry, and she also talks about her personality, like how mean she is and how she can be. And our main character kind of gets speechless there, but we get a massive reputation boost, in a massive boast, literally lots of votes that would help us outsmart X, and literally overcome X's challenge. And also we get to take some photos with Tinsley with Poppy in the background, and her fuming face. She is fuming with rage, and we even go and take some pictures of Poppy. But before that, I forgot to mention, we even get to little flirt scenes with Poppy, and like we get to smack her ass in a former encounter with Poppy, or say something like, oh, like you missed my cute face and stuff like that. So this is something really interesting how they're trying to develop. So Poppy is like the nemesis of our main character. Still, like Poppy says stuff, oh, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna bury you so deep inside that no one is going to find you, and then if you even bring back to life, I'm gonna bury you again. So this is just super funny, and the way it is written, its style, like, oh, she so didn't say that and stuff. So the writing style is super amazing. I mean, it's so interactive and so awesome to read. It's just super awesome. Then we leave the place. We are going. No, not that. Then we see Felicity, who is praising our main character, and how our performance was that day in order to please and literally woo Tinsley and sway her on our side, and take Poppy down a little bit. The Poppy is not a big threat at this moment, but Poppy keeps saying that she will come back and she will take her main character down in some magical way, like she hasn't lost the battle like a sore loser. But anyway, so then we see Zoe there, and we see Felicity. I mean, this is the first time I got to know about Felicity being Zoe's mom. I mean, I knew Zoe's mom was someone big, but I think we first saw her in this chapter. That Felicity is a big person, right? Like an influencer, and she has like a lot of influence, and she can make her daughter's career, and she's trying to do that. And Zoe doesn't want that. Zoe has her career figured out, her passion figured out. So Felicity is sort of pressuring, but not like like pressuring, but in a way, like she thinks she knows what Zoe needs as a mother. That's from her point of view. She even asks our main character to weigh in, but we weigh in favor of Zoe. We say like, no, Zoe understands what she needs and she's trying to tell you. And Zoe gets really sad, and we know like Zoe and Felicity, they need a moment. So Zoe with her mom, some conversation that we can't be part of. So Zoe just gives a peck in our cheek, and then we leave, and we're really worried about Zoe. And we're leaving the place. Then we see that our professor and Lexi, who was literally drooling over professor throughout the last book, they're together, and even they're walking through the streets, and then coming out of the restaurant, and then going to the station, and getting into the train, I believe, or metro. I don't know, but Lexi is getting on, and before saying goodbye, Lexi kissing the professor's cheek, and we get really infuriated. We go to our professor in the public and say, "What's going on? Weird thing," and we're not over yet. You're seeing Lexi. And then the professor says that we can't do it in public. We can't talk. So we go to a quiet place in the park at night time. And then our professor tells us that our professor needed someone to go to, and our main character is not the person. So it's our professor went to Lexi, but as a friend, not like a lover. But our main character expresses her concern about Lexi being obsessed with professor, but then we exchange some serious looks and conversation how things are gonna go. We get a diamond scene to make out in the park where nobody's seeing us, and a passionate scene, and this was a really good scene. And by the end, when we're about to go all the way in for a hookup and sex, the professor stops and says something that I think the Nanny Affair book currently, there's the big difference between the Nanny Affair and Queen Bee at this point, between Professor Ian and Sam, that the professor tells us that we can literally hook up with each other, in the dark, in the background, but that's not the professor wants. Professor doesn't want to steal the small moments here and there to steal a key, just to steal a kiss, or just to steal a moment to hook up and stuff behind the closed doors, or away from prying ears or eyes. But she wants to spend actual moments, like everything. She wants to be a part of this, the bigger picture, heart to heart, and also everything. So it's just not about hooking up. And the professor, and really happy. So we spent a really nice time there, in each other's embrace. And this is just super awesome. I liked the professor's, character and how they're developed. And I think the professor slow burn after Gabe in Laws of Attraction. This is one of the best slow burn shots produced this year, because specifically after reading Nanny Affair, because this is really well done. I wish Nanny Affair to be something like this, Sam to be something like this, but Professor Ina is spot on to me, or Professor Ian for that matter. But then, there we go, we're just dressing up and sort of embracing each other. Then we see the flashing, and then we see Michael, who is the Tarzan something. So he is holding a phone and running away quite awkwardly, and we take after Michael, and here's where interesting stuff starts to happen. We literally tackle, I chose the option to tackle Michael and drop him to the ground and snatch the phone away from him. And here we go. Drum roll, please. The most interesting part of this chapter and the book too, I would say. We see a group chat on his phone where X and other anonymous people with their weird usernames, and Tarzan was there. That was Michael. They're talking about. They're literally talking. Literal. Trash talking about our main character, and they're saying that our main character needs to be taken down and what they can do. And so Michael was following our main character and Professor to get our intimate moments to post on there so they can get us expelled. But we get the phone, we snatch it away, and we literally take a picture of Michael also crying, Tarzan crying, and we're gonna get another posse in this book. So in this posse there are lots of anonymous usernames, and these usernames are tied to that group, so that are X's allies. Now here's one thing I needed to mention at the beginning of the audio, this episode, this video, but I forgot that X said at the beginning of the book in the T that we have some common allies. So Michael, we thought, was our ally, but is not. Is with X. So he was double crossing us. So at the start of the book, X did say that we have some common allies. So here you go. This is Michael, but I think there could be more people who are our friends at the moment, but could turn out to be allies of X by the end because we have mutual friends. That's what X said. So this is interesting. And in that posse, we have other usernames who belong from the group, and we don't know who they are, but we will figure that out with the help of dimensions throughout the book. And one person we will have to, and that person is going to be a major person for the whole book, and we will get to sway that major person in our favor for the big battle, for our revenge against X. So this is going to be interesting, who that person is and who all of these persons are. This is going to be really interesting. And then we see the professor comes up, but we see that we whip out our phone and we see on the T there's some text from our professor asking if she can climb up the window to see our main character because our professor is so desperate at this point. And the X insinuates that this is a Benji-like behavior, so our sweet professor is turning into all Benji, and this is like top level drama going on. And what would happen on the aftermath of this? We need to unmask all of these people, but this is standing at a very sensitive point. We have our love interest Zoe, we have our love interest our professor, but where the story would go from here, we have no idea, but we'll find out soon. And on top of it, the ranking, if you see it now, our Queen Bee, Miss Hughes, and the X, they stand in the same position. They have all the same numbers. What will happen is going to be interesting. I know it was a long video, so if you made it till the end, look. So when I talked about other books, I didn't take this much time because here I had a lot of ground to cover. That how much interesting this book too is, how interesting the whole Queen Bee series is, because it has a lot of thing going on, and even like it felt like I was reading again America's Most Eligible at the premiere of the movie F for Friends, and how things were there, trash talking, taking people down, bitching and stuff. It's just super awesome. I like this kind of books. The music, wholesome, and the chemistry with the professor. It's just not about hooking up. It's about you just enjoy the book for what it is. And I really am liking this book so far. I can't wait for next week. But don't forget, we still have Nanny Affair and the best book of this half so far. Unexpected Heiress, The Unexpected Heiress. All those are coming tomorrow, Friday. I'll see you when they release. But till then, peace out. You take care, stay safe, and let's talk in the comments. Alright, peace out.